Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So the video you guys have been waiting for is finally here. You guys have requested for so long a video of me doing makeup on somebody else. So this is my best friend Ashley, and today we are going to be sharing with you guys a holiday glam makeup tutorial. A really fun experience for the both of us. Ashley's never worn makeup, so it was really cool to do this. I want to give you guys all the tips and tricks that I can with applying makeup on somebody else. So first we're going to go ahead and start off with moisturizer. I'm using my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer. You guys know this is my favorite because of course, not only is it great for moisturizing, but it has the ingredient in it, glycerin, which really helps keep all the primers and foundations in place on your face. Then we're going to go ahead and prime the eyes. I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original. You guys know this is also my favorite eye primer. I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the eyes and then blend it out with my finger. So the first palette we're going to go in with is the Tartelette in Bloom palette by Tarte. So first we're going to go ahead and take the shadow all the way in the upper left, and I'm using this Morphe brush. I will leave the name of the Morphe brushes and the brushes I use in the corner, as you can see. So I'm taking a good amount of shadow, a good amount of pigment, and applying this underneath the eyes. I just blend it back and forth, and I do blend it down slightly, but I love to do the brow bone highlight first because then I start to blend all the rest of the shadows into it. Next, I'm going to take this shadow right here, and this is going to be our transition shade. So I'm going in with my Sigma brush, and I'm going to start in the outer corner of her eye, going right into the crease, and I blend it into the inner corner. I do blend the shadow up slightly just because it is the base for the whole look, and it's great to have this down as your base, obviously, because adding all the rest of the shadows, it's just going to blend everything together when you have this shadow down. Next, taking this one all the way in the bottom, this is going to start to create layers and definition to our eye look. So I'm starting in the outer corner, and I'm taking this Morphe brush, starting in the outer corner of our eye, and then I do blend it into the crease. I will go back in with my big fluffy brush by Sigma as well and blend all these shadows together. Then going into my Jaclyn Hill by Morphe palette, I'm going to take this shade right here. It has a little bit of a warm kind of berry tone to it, so I wanted to add it to this look. Going in that same Morphe brush, I'm kind of going to go right on top of where I applied that second shadow, but again, we are going to apply it into our transition shade and everything like that. I love layering shadows, as you guys know, so I wanted to add this just to add a little bit more warmth to this look. Then going in with the brown in this palette, this is where I'm going to go ahead and just focus this right in the outer corner. I'm taking my Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm just going to go ahead, like I said, focus it right in the outer corner. I don't want to blend this up too high, not as high as the other shadows, but just really focusing it in the outer corner to really give smokiness and definition to this look. Then going in with this Rimmel Scandalize. It's a cream shadow. I'll leave it linked down below for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the inner half of her eye, starting in the center and then blending it into the inner corner of her eye. It's a really beautiful kind of bronzy silvery base, and then going in with this color in the Tartelette in Bloom palette, I'm just going to go ahead and press that shadow on top of the cream shadow that we put down. It's just going to give her eye like a bronzy golden coppery look, which was so beautiful. Then going in with my Persona Cosmetics palette, I'm taking the brown all the way in the corner. It's another really dark brown. Again, I know I used a bunch of shadows, but use whatever you guys have. I'm going in with a darker brown, just a little bit of pigment just to darken that outer corner just a little bit. And then going in with a black shadow. Any black that you have will do. I'm going to go ahead and press this right along the upper lash line, as close to the lash line as possible. I do bring it up a little because I want the black to be seen, but the reason why I'm doing this is because it helps with applying false lashes. It helps hide the false lashes so they look as false. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply black all the way across her lash line. I go in with a flat definer brush, and then I switch to my Sigma E65 to get right in that inner corner. Then with a little bit of brown on my brush, I'm taking the brown and I'm blending the black into the brown just so that there's no harsh line in that outer corner from the liner. I just want the black to kind of blend into the outer corner, so just blending that all together. For false lashes, I'm going in with my Ardell Studio Effects Wispies. You guys know I love them. They have kind of a flare at the end, which are perfect for Ashley's eyes. And now we're going to go ahead and do primers. So first I'm going in with the BECCA Backlight Primer, and then I'm going to go in with the First Light Primer. So with the Backlight Primer, it's really beautiful. I love it for the winter time because of course it gives that really luminous look to the skin, as you can see as I'm blending it out on Ashley. And I just love this primer. It holds the foundation in place all day. So once I go ahead and blend that out all over her face, then I do go in with the First Light Primer, which is another one of my favorites. It's purple because it does help and like kind of revive your skin. The purple helps with dullness, so it really gives another luminous layer to the skin, which I love. Now to apply the false lashes, my tip is to have your client open their eyes and look down with their eye open, just because it freaks me out thinking I could close somebody's eye with lash glue. This is Ashley's first time wearing lashes. She did a really great job. So what I do too as a tip is I apply the lash glue and then I let it sit and get tacky, because it's a lot easier to apply lashes when your glue is tacky. So I apply the glue, then I add the primers and everything like that, and then we will go back and apply the lashes. Now we're going to go ahead and do foundation. So I'm actually mixing two. Ashley was very intrigued by the BECCA foundations. Just if BECCA you're watching, Ashley loved it. So I'm going to mix two. I'm mixing my BECCA Aqualuminous foundation in medium, and I do 2 pumps of the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in Punjab. Just applying 2 just to lighten this foundation just a little bit. I first go in and apply it all over the face with my Morphe brush, and then going in with my Morphe sponge. That's when I'm going to go ahead and blend out the foundation. I also like to blend some of the foundation down her neck. Even if I have a perfect match with foundation, I always like to blend it down the neck, just because I don't want to have that line of demarcation on the jawline for when people are taking photographs or anything like that. So I do like to blend it down the neck, like I said, even when it's a perfect match. For concealer, I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Creamy Beige. Ashley's face, of course, was very tan, so I wanted to go in with just Creamy Beige. Sometimes I add a little bit of a lighter just to add that really intense highlight, but for me, since Ashley was quite tan, I just decided to go in with Creamy Beige. Applying it right to the under eyes as concealer, obviously going in a triangle, and then highlighting her face with this concealer as well. I go ahead and I map it out first, and then I have them look up, and that's when I'll go ahead and apply the concealer close to the eye, and then I will go back with my Morphe sponge and just blend everything out. For contour, I'm going in with the Giorgio Armani Maestro Summer Drops. I'm going to go ahead and put a liquid contour down. I always do this for my clients just to make them, of course, feel extra special. For myself, I usually just use powder. But I'm going to go ahead and contour Ashley's face, contouring the cheeks, a little bit on the forehead, not too much because she doesn't have a big forehead at all. And also putting a little bit of contour on the chin. That's Ashley's best side if you guys are interested in knowing. And then I'm going to go back with my sponge and blend it all out. To set everything, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to go in with this Morphe, or I think it's MAC actually, this MAC brush, just to go ahead and blend out the concealer in that inner corner and also to get rid of any creasing. And then I go in with my Sigma brush just to go ahead and set the under eyes. I'm going in and I'm pressing the under eyes to make sure that the eyes don't crease throughout the rest of the day. And then I do switch to a fluffier brush. I believe this is the Sigma blush powder brush. And I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of her face using the blush brush. For brows, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. Ashley does have very full brows, but I wanted to go ahead and just fill them in a little bit as well as outline them. So I'm going to go in with the Brow Wiz, as I said, and just outline the bottom of her brows just to create a nice arch. And then I do fill in a couple spaces in her brows that are a little sparse, as you can see that corner right there and that section right there. I do fill in a little bit of the top as well. And then to fill in the rest of the brows, I'm going in with the Brow Powder in Soft Brown. I mix a little bit of the dark brown, the darkest shade, in her tail of her brow, because she did just get her hair done, so her hair is a little bit lighter, but the eyebrows are a little bit darker as well. So I kind of mix soft brown. I do the soft brown in the inner corner, and then add just a little touch of the dark brown in the tail of her brows. Next, we're going to go ahead and contour. I'm using this Benefit palette. I honestly just use the Hoola bronzer in it. I do love the other blushes, but the majority of the things they use in here is pretty much just Hoola. So I'm taking this contour brush and I'm just going to go ahead and contour out Ashley's face, her cheeks, forehead, everything like that. Pretty much putting it on top of everything that we put down, of course, before with the liquid contour. For blush, I'm actually going to be using two. I'm using these ones on the screen. First, I'm going in with Harmony, which is the more bronzy shade, which is to the left. I'm actually going to put that as the main part of her blush. So this is what I'm using right now to put all over her cheeks. I want just to have a bronzy, you know, blush because her eyes are so nice, bronzy and smoky. So this is going to be the base of the cheeks. But just to add a little bit of color, I dip into the peachy color. And as you'll see, I'll just tap that right on the cheeks, right there, the apples of the cheeks. And that will just give the apples of her cheeks a little bit of color. But like I said, the majority of the cheek is going to be Harmony, and I do go back with my Sigma brush just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Another tip is I do go back with my contour brush just to blend the contour and the blush a little bit together, just of course so it's one, so there's no kind of harsh line of blush and then contour. Then going with the Laura Geller highlighter, this is in Gilded Honey, which is a beautiful golden shade. I love this highlighter. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this right to the tops of her cheeks. I also am going to go ahead and apply a little bit to her Cupid's bow as well. Now to finish up the eyes, I'm going back in with this shade right here, which was our transition shade before. I'm taking this brush by Sigma, and I'm just going to lightly apply this all over the under eye. I'm pretty much going to layer the shadows exactly what I did on the upper lid, going in with the transition shade, and then I'm going to apply more shadows. Of course, as you guys know, like I said, I love to layer, so just applying this down first as a base. Then going in with this shade right here, I'm going to go in with a pencil brush by Morphe and apply this as close to the lash line as possible. I'm going to also want to make sure that I connect the outer corner a little bit of, you know, from the upper lid to the lower lash line so that you can make the whole look one. Then going back in with the dark brown for the Persona Cosmetics palette, taking that same pencil brush, I'm going to go ahead and just apply the dark brown right to the outer corner to just open up her eyes a little bit more, and it just makes the whole look complete, as you can see. I also make her turn to the side with her eyes open. I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow, like I said, to the outer corner just to make sure that the whole look is connected, and if you think it's a little bit harsh, go back with your blending brush. Then this is our eye look we have so far. Ashley did this on her own. Didn't even need to tell her that. Good job, Ash. Okay, so now I'm going back with black with that E65 by Sigma. I'm just going to go ahead and just emphasize that black a little bit more, as well as use the black shadow to cover up any lash glue that we have that's showing. A lot of the black gets taken away when I put the lashes on, so I like to go back and add a little bit more black. Then to go ahead and add a coat of mascara to the lashes. It will just emphasize the false lashes even more. The mascara I love to use is L'Oreal Voluminous because it is waterproof, so anyone with weddings, if anyone cries, it's the perfect mascara to apply. I'm going to go ahead and do lips while I let mascara dry, so I'm using the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Curvy, which is a really beautiful kind of brown nude shade. It's a darker nude, as you can see, but I absolutely love it. For lipstick, I'm going in with Jeffree Star Mannequin, which is a really beautiful nude lip. I just wanted to go in with a nude lip, as you can see, because I wanted the majority of the focus to be on her smoky eyes. So just applying that all over the lips. I do like to go back with my lip liner just to go ahead and blend the lipstick and lip liner together a little bit better. And then for lip gloss, I'm going to go in with my ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Fairy Floss and apply that all over the lips. Since the mascara is dry, I'm now going to go back and apply a coat to the lower lashes. This one is by L'Oreal as well, and I love it because the applicator is so thin, so it's perfect for lower lashes. And then back with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, last but not least, putting the shadow right into the inner corner for her inner corner highlight, and then your look is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was so much fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Me and Ashley want to do so many more looks like this and so many more tutorials, so keep the recommendations coming. Leave some recommendations down below. I think next we're going to do kind of a smoky bridal look, so I hope you guys enjoy that coming soon. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much, and happy holidays. Bye.
I was like,
why are you so obsessed with me? It was like, oh, like a YouTube? I'm like, yeah. And Ryan's like, oh, famous. I've been like doing little things and you're gonna see them later.
TULA.
I've been doing.
Actually, they're all going in the video. So.
Like, what do you mean?
Oh. Was that a little bug?
I felt it.